All right, we're going to start with Kanye West pushing Kim Kardashian closer and closer to the edge in this battle over their kids.
Normally. And they said they wondered if this is all just an act, which I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised if Kanye's, got the puppet strings going.
We can't believe what we're about to share, but it seems like Hollywood's most protected secrets are crumbling under the weight of one shocking revelation after another. This time, it's 50 Cent pulling the curtain back on some of the most scandalous allegations we've ever heard, involving none other than Ye, Kim Kardashian, and the infamous Sean Diddy Combs. The footage that 50 Cent leaked has sent shockwaves through social media and beyond, exposing what could be the biggest celebrity scandal of the decade. And trust us, the details are more jaw-dropping than anyone could have imagined.
Like you put yourself in that.
Absolutely, I did. That was my fault.
Maybe they're saying that you don't take accountability.
No, that was my fault. I didn't want to have children with this person after the first 2 months of being with her. But that wasn't God's plan.
According to the leaked video, both Kim and Ye were caught on camera at one of Diddy's private parties. And it's not the kind of party most of us would ever want to be invited to. The footage allegedly shows Kim in a compromising situation with Diddy himself, while West's behavior raises even more eyebrows. What makes this even more explosive is that this isn't just some random clip recorded by a partygoer. No, this is footage that federal authorities reportedly seized during raids on Diddy's properties, but somehow 50 Cent got his hands on it, and now he's making sure the world knows the truth. If these allegations hold any weight, Kim and Ye aren't just facing public humiliation, they could be in serious legal trouble. And here's the part that's even harder to wrap our heads around. Just days before this bombshell footage hit the internet, Ye showed up at Diddy's trial in an all-white outfit, stepping out of his luxury Maybach like he was attending a fashion show rather than a courtroom. The same Ye who once accused Diddy of being a government informant is now standing by his side, offering public support to a man facing some of the most horrific allegations imaginable. What's going on here? Why would Ye, of all people, align himself with Diddy at a time like this? 50 Cent thinks he knows the answer, and it all ties back to West's ex-wife, Kim Kardashian. Kim, according to 50 and his cryptic social media posts, isn't just an innocent bystander in this messy saga. She's allegedly been deeply involved in Diddy's criminal operations, playing a role that goes far beyond simply attending his infamous parties. The footage, if it's real, paints a damning picture of Kim's actions behind closed doors, and 50 isn't holding back. He's connecting the dots and showing us just how intertwined the Kardashian empire is with Diddy's alleged crimes. Could this be the scandal that finally topples the most famous family in reality television?
You already made everybody think I'm crazy. You already took my family away. You already separated all my friends. I don't got no celebrity friends.
But wait, it gets worse. In the leaked footage, Kim is reportedly seen in an intimate moment with Diddy, while Ye is allegedly engaging with someone else in the same room. It's the kind of scene you'd expect to see in a dark Hollywood drama, not real life. And yet, here we are. Even Method Man from the Wu-Tang Clan has weighed in with an old clip resurfacing where he claims to have seen Ye acting suspiciously at one of Diddy's notorious gatherings. Suddenly, West's surprise appearance at Diddy's trial makes a lot more sense. Could it be that West's support for Diddy is less about loyalty and more about self-preservation? Is Ye trying to cover his own tracks before it's too late?
But as far as Meek Mills, Puff Daddy, whoever, none of these all you fake hard.
And let's not forget the timing of all this. Just as Ye is publicly aligning himself with Diddy, 50 Cent is dropping hints about an upcoming documentary that promises to expose the full extent of Diddy's alleged crimes and the celebrities who may have been complicit. According to sources close to 50, this documentary will include never-before-seen evidence linking Kim Kardashian to Diddy's criminal empire. And if even half of what 50 is teasing turns out to be true, it's not just Kim's reputation that's on the line. The entire Kardashian-Jenner dynasty could be at risk of collapsing.
Yo, I just want to tell everybody I posted my wife 3 times on purpose. You understand what I'm saying?
Now let's talk about West's bizarre courtroom appearance for a moment. When we saw him step out of that Maybach in head-to-toe white, it wasn't just a fashion statement, it was a spectacle. Ye is no stranger to making bold, symbolic choices, but this one felt different. Was he trying to send a message? Was the all-white outfit a subtle nod to some kind of secret pact with Diddy? Social media certainly seems to think so, especially after 50 Cent posted a side-by-side photo of himself in white and Ye at the courthouse, joking that they were dressed for one of Diddy's infamous freak-off parties. The caption was dripping with sarcasm as 50 mocked Ye for his involvement, writing, "We're wearing white in honor of the freak-offs. Damn, you should have brought your dirty little wife with that Grammys outfit." And speaking of Kim, let's not forget her own questionable actions over the years, which 50 Cent is now tying directly to Diddy's alleged crimes. According to 50, Kim wasn't just a guest at Diddy's parties. She was allegedly helping him recruit people, a claim that, if true, could destroy her carefully curated public image. There's even speculation that Kim and her mother, Kris Jenner, used their so-called church as a front to move money around and pay off victims to keep them silent. This isn't just gossip. There are actual tax records showing that Kris Church received tens of thousands of dollars in donations from Kim's eBay charity auctions. And while churches are often used as tax shelters, 50 Cent's team is suggesting that this money may have been used for something far more sinister.
Then people still in my comments talking about, why are you posting your wife? Because she make me happy. That's why y'all happy with the music, because I'm happy.
But the most shocking claim of all might be about Kim's alleged role as Diddy's madam. Sources close to 50 Cent are saying that Kim helped Diddy in ways that go far beyond what anyone could have imagined. And here's where things take an even darker turn. Rumors are swirling that Kim's involvement extended to grooming younger stars in the industry. Remember when Justin Bieber spent 48 hours with Diddy back in 2009? According to some reports, he was so shaken by what he experienced that he wanted to quit the industry altogether. And now 50 Cent is hinting that Kim may have been sent in to convince Justin to stick around, allegedly telling him that what he saw was normal in Hollywood. There's even footage from a 2010 photo shoot where Kim and a very young Justin Bieber posed together in the Bahamas for a magazine spread. At the time, Justin was just 16 years old and Kim was 29. The photos, which show Kim in lingerie alongside a teenage Justin, are uncomfortable to look at now, especially in light of these new allegations. Kim even joked during interviews about Justin having a crush on her, saying she wished he were 18. While this might have been brushed off as harmless banter back then, it now feels like a piece of a much larger, more troubling puzzle.
Leave me, leave the king the alone. I don't care, bro. I'm gonna post my wife as much as I want. Go post your wife on your Instagram.
And just when you think this story couldn't get more twisted, 50 Cent drops another bombshell. Apparently, Corey Gamble, Kris Jenner's boyfriend and a longtime associate of Diddy, has been acting as a sort of middleman between the Kardashians and Diddy's operations. Ye himself once accused Corey of being connected to the CIA, and now it looks like Corey may have played a role in tipping off Kim before federal authorities raided Diddy's properties last year. If this is true, it would mean that the Kardashians not only knew what was going on, but actively worked to protect Diddy and themselves from the fallout. So where does this leave us? As more details emerge, it's becoming clear that this story is far from over. West's sudden alliance with Diddy, Kim's alleged role in his criminal empire, and 50 Cent's relentless mission to expose the truth are creating a storm that could change everything we thought we knew about Hollywood's most powerful players. And with 50 promising to release even more damning evidence in his upcoming documentary, one thing is certain: this is just the beginning.
In her civil lawsuit, Cassie said that she was the victim of abuse, assault, and at the hands of Diddy.
And just when we thought we'd unraveled the darkest layers of this scandal, things take an even sharper turn. Behind the public chaos surrounding West's courtroom antics and Kim Kardashian's alleged involvement in Diddy's criminal empire, there's a quieter, more calculated drama unfolding. Sources close to the Kardashians are now whispering that Kim has been strategically distancing herself from West's increasingly erratic behavior. And it's not just about protecting her children. This could be about protecting the Kardashian brand from total collapse.
We get to a point where we don't think that Kanye West can shock us anymore, and then he says something that is so shocking, so alarming. It's one thing to go after Kim, say whatever you want, I guess. It's his ex-wife. It's horrible, but he says it. to say things that will redound against the kids is just unforgivable. I mean, we've been through this so many times. We say it all the time. Wearing the Nazi shirt is unforgivable. The Klan hood itself.
We've been hearing that Kim is considering taking legal action to strip Ye of his joint custody rights. As shocking as that sounds, she's reportedly citing his public meltdowns, increasingly inflammatory social media posts, and overall unpredictability as her reasons. And while Kim has remained relatively silent on these matters in public, insiders say she's been working tirelessly behind the scenes with her legal team to build a case. Think about it. Ye just released a song featuring their daughter, North, despite Kim's desperate attempts to stop it. That move alone might have been the final straw for her. She's allegedly furious, not just because Ye ignored her wishes, but because he's pulled their child into his world of controversy, tying her name to Diddy's legal troubles in the process. But let's ask the tough question here. Is Kim really just a concerned mother trying to shield her children from West's chaos, or is this part of a larger, calculated move? Because for someone as media savvy as Kim Kardashian, every decision has layers. Could it be that she's using West's spiraling reputation to quietly cut ties for good? After all, the Kardashian empire thrives on control, and West's erratic behavior threatens to destabilize everything they've built. If Kim can frame herself as the protective mother who's shielding her family from West's self-destruction, she not only safeguards her children, she also strengthens her own public image. It's a masterstroke of damage control, but it raises another question. How far is Kim willing to go to keep her empire intact?
Let me read these Harley kicks. This is how he was ready. This is a trainer, but come to find out, he was actually Canadian intelligence, but this is my trainer.
Meanwhile, Ye seems to be spiraling deeper into his own obsession with legacy. His recent comments about his funeral plans are nothing short of bizarre. He's reportedly told friends and fans alike that he wants his body embalmed and displayed in his late mother Donda's home, with visitors paying an entrance fee to view him. If that weren't unsettling enough, he's suggested that the proceeds from his funeral should go to support the local community. Almost as if he's trying to rewrite his narrative in demise. But what's driving this morbid fixation? Is it West's way of grappling with the guilt and shame tied to his alleged involvement in Diddy's crimes? Or is this just another example of his unrelenting need for the spotlight, even in the afterlife?
Second option, I have you institutionalized again, where they medicate the crap out of you and you go back to zombie land forever.
And let's not forget that West's obsession with his mother Donda has been a central theme in his life and career. Her influence is undeniable, but it's also clear that her loss left a gaping void in West's world. Some insiders speculate that his increasingly erratic behavior, from his public outbursts to his bizarre funeral plans, is a way of coping with unresolved guilt. Could West's need to preserve his legacy be his way of trying to make peace with his past? Or is this just another chapter in his ongoing battle with his own ego? Whatever the case, it's clear that Ye is a man on the edge, and his obsession with legacy could be the final unraveling of his once dominant career. When we dig deeper into West's sudden alliance with Diddy, things take a far more cryptic turn. Diddy's ominous warning during their leaked prison call about people trying to end us has sparked a wave of speculation. Was this just a vague sentiment from an embattled mogul, or was it a genuine glimpse into the shadowy forces that some believe control Hollywood? Ye, of course, has never shied away from bold claims about unseen enemies, from accusing powerful elites of silencing him to suggesting that his mother's passing was part of a larger orchestrated plot. But the question remains, is Ye truly a victim of these alleged forces? Or is this paranoia a convenient smokescreen to deflect blame from his own questionable actions?
And I wouldn't be here. And on the news, they would have said it was because of a mental issue.
The idea of a conspiracy targeting Ye and Diddy raises unsettling questions about the mechanisms of power in Hollywood. Both men have built empires, but at what cost? And if they are being targeted, who exactly would have the motive to take them down? Some industry insiders believe West's outspoken nature and Diddy's mounting legal issues have made them liabilities in a tightly controlled ecosystem. Others, however, argue that West's constant references to them, the faceless entities he claims are orchestrating his downfall, are nothing more than a distraction, designed to redirect the narrative away from his own culpability in the controversies surrounding him. Could this be West's way of rewriting the story, casting himself as the underdog, fighting a system that he was once very much a part of?
They can't control me. You get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq. They can control Charles Barkley. They can control LeBron James.
Adding to the intrigue is the long history of whispered rumors about secret societies and hidden agendas in the entertainment world. Ye himself has alluded to Hollywood's so-called inner circle, a group he claims manipulates careers and controls narratives. Diddy's warning about the wickedness he's facing in prison seems to align with these theories, as if both men are painting themselves as pawns in a much larger, darker game. But if that's true, how do we reconcile this with their own actions? West's erratic behavior and controversial alliances have often been his own undoing, while Diddy's legal troubles stem from allegations that are far too serious to dismiss as mere conspiracies. Is it possible that these men are both victims and villains, trapped in a cycle of power, fear, and hubris that's as much of their own making as it is the system's? Looking at the bigger picture, this narrative of paranoia and manipulation speaks to a broader psychological pattern we've seen time and again in Hollywood. The higher someone climbs, the more they seem consumed by the idea that unseen forces are working against them. Whether it's the pressure of maintaining their empires or a genuine belief in these hidden powers, the result is the same: a descent into isolation and distrust. For Ye, this has manifested in explosive rants and increasingly bizarre behavior. For Diddy, it's a desperate attempt to portray himself as a victim of a world that once celebrated him. Either way, the question lingers: are these just the delusions of two men whose empires are crumbling, or is there something deeper, something darker, lurking beneath the surface?
We are not done. This investigation is ongoing, and I encourage anyone with information about this case to come forward.
But here's where things get even darker. Sources close to Diddy are now claiming that there's more footage out there. Footage that doesn't just implicate Kim and Ye, but other Hollywood power players as well. According to whispers from inside the industry, the seized tapes allegedly contain compromising evidence involving multiple A-list celebrities. If this footage ever sees the light of day, it could trigger a reckoning unlike anything we've ever seen in Hollywood. And let's be honest, the stakes couldn't be higher. These are people with immense power and influence, the kind of people who will stop at nothing to protect their secrets.
We are not done, and that Combs did not do this alone. Do you foresee that there could be other charges related to this case?
I'm not taking anything off the table.
And that brings us to the ultimate question. Will justice ever prevail in this tangled web of power, betrayal, and scandal? Or will Hollywood's most powerful figures find a way to bury the truth under a mountain of PR spin and legal settlements? We've seen it happen before, and the odds aren't exactly in favor of accountability. But with 50 Cent promising to release even more bombshells in his upcoming documentary, it feels like we're on the brink of something huge. So, what do you think? Is this the beginning of a full-scale industry reckoning, or will the truth be buried once again? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We're dying to hear what you think. And as always, stay tuned, because if you think this is shocking, trust us. There's so much more coming. Until next time, stay curious, stay bold, and we'll see you soon.